Hello， 大家好，我是盖尔。很多朋友都会经常看我的调香师特辑，觉得真的是功夫不负有心人。今天我竟然有这么个机会，跟一位我自己也非常喜爱的调香大师来面对面的交流。那他就是我们分美意的调香大师 Master Perfumer Olivier Cresp。Hello, Olivier. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Great pleasure to see you.
Me too. I have to say it again. You know, it's like talking to you face to face is like a dream come true to me because I've always been a huge fan of your works.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I like also to share my passion, and I know you are really passionate about fragrances.
Okay, so I know you actually born in Graz and you've come from a family with a long heritage in the perfume industry. Can you share some of your childhood memories?
I was born in Cannes, and which is close to Graz. But I spent from 0 to 18 years old my life in Graz, the town, the cradle of perfumery. And my father and my grandfather, they were brokers. You see, they were buying ingredients such as in Italy, lemon, orange, grapefruit, you see, bergamot as well. And they were buying and they were selling. They were selling to Dior, to Chanel. It's a magnificent natural ingredients. And also my father was specialized in rose, jasmine, growing around grass. You see, when I was a child, we were just outside grass. We had so many fields to visit. So violet, mimosa, orris, tuberose, jasmine and rose.
Almost every flower.
Yes,
in perfume.
it's like discovering all the colors of the paintings. So, and my father was bringing us at night every day some new ingredients, and together with my sister and my brother, we were smelling them, and they were totally pure. The three children. We all became perfumers.
Yeah, I know. Actually, few people know Françoise Caron is your sister, but I do. And I really admire her as well. But I think she retired really early, right?
Yeah, she retired at the age of 60, but she started also when she was really young, at 17 years old. And she created some masterpieces like Ombre Rose, Jean-Charles Rousseau, which was a huge success, you see, as well she created for Hermès, you see, Orange Verte, and it's also still a thing
in the collections.
In the classics of Hermès. She was very talented and proud of my sister. Yeah.
So how did you decide to become a perfumer?
Well, it came a kind of evidence. At the age of 8-9 years old, we were living outside Grasse, between Grasse and Cabris, a small village, and we had a nice garden, not a large one, but a nice one. And my mother, she was growing many flowers. And one day, without saying anything to anybody, I went in the garden and I was, picking up lots of flowers such as rose, jasmine, peonies, some fruits. And
like a bouquet, right?
Yeah, sure. And I brought them back in my bedroom, and I went to the pharmacy at the age of 8-9, and I bought some alcohol, and I let macerated all those flowers into the alcohol for 2 days, you see. And then I tried my first formula, using 10 drops of jasmine, 2 drops of rose, 2 drops of lemon, and so on. And based on 100, and I can tell you, it's really a secret, it was awful. It wasn't good. It was totally spoiled, Nevertheless, it was my first idea, my first creations.
That means you actually start from zero by yourself, right? You just have passion for it as well.
Sure.
Okay.
And, it was really a kind of evidence doing my first fragrance without asking anybody,
Not even from your father?
No, it was natural. But I have to say, my father, he was broker, buying and selling, as I mentioned, but he was time to time trying to make at his some fragrances. He wasn't a perfumer, of course. Also to make some formulas and exchanging with my sister too. Yes, it's in families, you have the doctors, they talk about illness, sickness, and so on. With our family, we were always talking about fragrances, natural ingredients, so it was more pleasant.
Yeah, I remember in one interview you mentioned, even during your dinner time, the father would discuss about the ingredients with all the 3 children.
Yes, and also something interesting to say, was inviting quite a lot of perfumers from all over the world, from the States, when they came to Paris and to Grasse. So he knew everybody within the industry. For my father, they were like gods, people walking on the sea.
Okay.
I don't know, so it's a mixture of quite a lot of elements. For me, I didn't want to do anything else.
So this time you come to China to introduce your very own brand, Acro, to us.
Yes.
How does Acro differ from other perfumes you have created?
Well, the thing is, when I create for fine fragrances, I have to look at all the markets, like North America, Europe, Asia now, and I have to create fragrances which have to be original, but also with lots of nice ingredients in order to be successful everywhere. With Acro, with the niche brands, I can maybe take more risk.
Or audacious?
Sure. I break all the boundaries. I know I can go very far. I am assuming, the wins. I dare, I simply dare. Working, for example, on smoke. Smoke is based on tobacco. We're going to talk about it. But I take risk, and sometimes I'm a bit polarizing. But in fact, we don't need to please 98% of the consumers. We are more looking at the 2% which are really passionate, crazy about fragrances.
Sure. So I think Acro makes you express yourself more fully, right? It's like there's no brand brief, it's all your own decision. Maybe Annie's as well.
It's no, but I'm totally free. Yes, it's a family business. Acro means addict.
Yeah, in French.
In French. So when you are addicted to something or to someone, you can't resist. You see? For example, the cannabis one.
Let's try it. Please.
Haze. Maybe we can smell haze. Haze is a
cannabis one.
Well, it's aromatic cannabis. When people are saying, "Oh, well, did you use some CBD?" I said, "No, I don't need to use CBD. I have some very interesting molecules which are smelling like cassis.
Yeah, cassis.
Cassis.
Sharp.
On top, you have the clary sage. You have some wormwood.
Yeah.
Also some eucalyptus buds, mint. So all those ingredients are make me closer or really close to cannabis.
This is the part I really enjoy your work, Olivier, because I think you never try to mimic the nature. You're always creating. It is a scent which is, although, clary sage and absinthe is very clear, but it is still a perfume.
Yes.
I can't imagine I will experience in the real life. Is it still a creation?
It's a creation. I start from nature as close as possible, and then with my style, which is very minimalist and figurative, because when you smell it, immediately you link it with cannabis.
Yes, cannabis.
And maybe this one among our range is the freshest
sure.
one. You see?
And very unisex, actually.
Very unisex. And so far, what we have seen, feedback we have, it's really well appreciated by Chinese generally.
Yeah, a friend accompanied with me yesterday. He really loved haze, and he immediately bought one yesterday. Actually, he bought 3. 他昨天直接从网上买了3瓶。
I think, and something also, what is important, it's I'm not copying the others. I don't want to.
You don't have to. Yeah, it's other copying you. Maybe. 不能得罪别人。
It's a good one, but it's true. I don't want to interfere with the other fragrances from the market. And it works. I found my style. I try to read the next trends, the next styles, and I try, to create every time some new ideas which doesn't exist yet on the market.
I love haze about how aromatic yet how sexy it can be.
Yes, it is, and the
saltiness of clary sage in it.
Yes, it's chic, it's elegant. It's you smell the quality.
So this one is smoke, right?
Smoke also is an aromatic. So we have 2 aromatic fragrances.
It's very interesting that you told us you never smoke and make a smoking.
Yeah, it was quite difficult to achieve it. It was easy to work on haze. It took me only 1 year. I got a lot of pleasure while I was creating haze. But it was a bit harder. It took me 2 years to get the tobacco effect. Because I'm not a smoker. My wife, she's not. But our 2 children, they were smoking. Like hell, you see? Since the age of 13 years old.
So do you ask their advice on this one?
Yeah. And Sebastian gave me some advice. He said, Dad, you're missing something. And I said, what? He said, Dad, it's easy. You don't, I don't see, sorry. and he said, it's all the smoke. You're missing the smoke. So I tried to start from the smoke with some birch, some cade, Gaillac wood oil, you see. And then I have the tobacco leaves with tonka beans with traces of honey. And then it smells really figurative.
Yes.
When I spray it on skin, people are saying, well, it smells tobacco. They're not going to say, it smells tropical island, or it smells like Tahiti or whatever. No.
It's very figurative.
It's figurative.
So it's clearly that whole Acro collection is very minimalist and very rock and roll as well.
Yes.
And it's black and white, right?
It's mainly black. It's our style. We love the black color. We don't need too many furnitures where we are. I mean, also you see the colors are natural. So you don't need to color the fragrances with some dye. Back to simplicity, back to origin.
So black is your favorite color, I think, right?
Actually, yes.
The whole brand is about your aesthetic. It's about Olivier Cresp, right?
It is. It's Acro by Olivier Cresp.
So Acro is about addiction. Are these all of your own addiction?
Acro
Except smoke, right?
Yeah. Acro is about addictions, but today we say it's also pleasures of life. Within the family, we all have quite a lot of addictions. I love coffee. I love
Coffee.
I love coffee. I love chocolate.
You know, yesterday when I first tried Awake and the Malt, I was thinking, okay, maybe Olivier don't smoke, but he definitely drink a lot of coffee and alcohol.
Yeah, correct. That's good. True. Not all the alcohol, but I love drinking red wine. Yes.
And gin, maybe.
Well, gin, it's a strong.
With your majestic drink for sling, you say you don't like gin?
I love gin, but I don't love strong alcohol.
Okay.
But of course I love smell of whiskey. It's quite complicated to use some wine effect into a fragrance, but it's easy to work with whiskey, with champagne.
With the sparkling wine?
Yes.
But wine is so hard.
Wine is hard. We didn't find the right molecules yet. They don't exist. But for champagne, for cognac, gin is juniper, right? For rum is also.
But a lot of perfume always mix the rum and whiskey. Actually, they are quite different.
Rum is mixing really well with vanilla, and you get a toffee effect. It's amazing. You use a trace of banana with rum, vanilla. It's magic. Yeah.
So yesterday when I tried the Malt, I was really shocked because it is exactly a cup of whiskey on the rocks.
Yes.
It has the savory of Islay whiskey as well as the sweetness of the Space Island.
You're totally right. I went to Hailey in the
salty savories.
I went to the island. It was in June. I spent 1 week, and I visited several distilleries. I saw Lagavulin. You see?
I just finished a bottle last week.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I'm a big drinker.
One day or
no,
1 week?
One day with my friend. Yeah.
Yes. I started to work on Lagavulin profile to create single malt. So you have some whiskey. You have some leathery aspect, you have some oak, and there is a salty effect which comes from the seaweed, you see. So each time I'm using some facets in order to get the right smell. And then with my style, I make it wearable, easy on my skin, or on skins, to diffuse, to have lots of strengths and projection.
I don't know if you can classify, the liquor notes as gourmand, but it's all go to your stomach as well.
Yeah, no, but I classify definitely malt. I classify it in the floral, and this one, the coffee, Awake, is gourmand, of course, and has a cappuccino feeling. There is also a beautiful coffee from Coffee Santos,
and a little bit citrus as well.
Yes.
It's like
lemon.
像一杯冷萃，这个真的很还原，我觉得很。
There is some lemon coming from Italy, so I love also to take some lemon slices. Lemon peel, twist it into the coffee in order to get a boost, to boost the
contradiction.
Coffee. Yes. And then some beautiful vetiver underneath. It's a simple formula with cardamom. Green cardamom from Guatemala.
No wonder have the very fresh spiciness in the behind.
Spiciness.
Yes.
Spiciness makes it really unique. And again, it's wearable. It's identified. And when people use this fragrance, for example, they become accro, they addict.
Okay. So you are known as the father of gourmand. Angel is really a very outstanding and very one-of-a-kind fragrance. So what is the story behind this one?
I created Angel at the age of 35 years old, you see, and I was working on it every day for 2 years, every day. It was such a great Pleasure.
So did Mugler have a very specific brief on this one?
No, at the beginning, Thierry Mugler he wanted to create fragrance with lots of strengths, uniqueness, but strong. He was telling me about his childhood. He was native, from Strasbourg. He was, spending time with his grandmother on the other side, and she was probably a good chef. She was making some.
Like your mother and grandmother.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. He was talking to me about. He was drinking like hot chocolate,
okay.
And he was dipping into the hot chocolate some kind of cookies with grape.
I'm already hungry.
And it wasn't croissant. It wasn't pain au chocolat. On the fact, after talking with him, I wanted to experiment some, not flavors, but some gourmand, edible facets. And based on my patchouli, because it was a patchouli at the beginning, ended with vanilla, adding some gourmand effect, made the fragrance unique.
Okay.
See? And
so started from patchouli. It's interesting.
The fragrance was called at the beginning patchou, because we always give names to our creations. You see? Like my light blue from Dolce. Fragrance is called ludique,
Oh, the original name is so different from the original one.
Yeah.
Such fun.
Yeah. When we were wearing, Angel, lots of people were really stopping, for example, my wife, because when I wear, I give to my family in order to get some answers. And the reactions were very positive, But at the beginning, I didn't know that I was opening a new territory, opening a new door on the gourmand family. It's when the fragrance was launched on the market. I can predict that lots of gourmand fragrances are coming in China, but it's true, you don't like in China some sticky, sugary, too sweet fragrances. It has to be lighter, it's a fluffy effect.
Yeah, maybe very silky like your chocolate one.
Yeah, sure, exactly. So there are ways to come on the market. You will see, you are going to discover in the coming weeks a bake.
Yeah, I was really interested in this one because I saw the post about it on Fragrant Care every day, but I have to wait.
Yes, but I can say, describe it. It's a kind of a cupcake, limoncello on top, you see?
Limoncello on top.
Yeah, and then you have some whipped cream, which is replacing.
I'm hungry again.
It's replacing the vanilla filling. And you have some rum. You have to try it.
It sounds very fresh yet very delicious.
It's fresh because the lemon. So it's a kind of vertical fragrance, totally new. And I think it's going to be our leading fragrance.
Do you know which one of your gourmand is my favorite? Yeah, not from here. It's Kenzo Amor.
Kenzo Amor. Yeah.
It's my favorite gourmand.
Oh, yeah. Kenzo Amor is also a nice fragrance, very powdery, with lots of vanilla. Yeah, sweet.
Because rice is something very common in our Asian daily life.
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost like a rice pudding.
It is. It's very sweet, heliotropine with some cherry on top, with vanilla. Really well appreciated. Yeah.
But it's discontinued.
Yeah, I don't know why, but the client decides.
It is very obvious that during your portfolio, you have lots of commercial work and also lots of niche work.
Yes.
So how do you balance between niche perfume and commercial perfume?
I still work like 70% of my time on the fine fragrance fields, doing some commercial fragrances, trying to make some big blockbusters. And on the other hand, in order to get more oxygen, I work on, for myself. And also for some niche brands, like Johnny Pussling, or like I did some creation for Airy Lauder, which are Rose de Grasse, Tuberose de Grasse.
That is one of my friend's favorite perfume in Airy. The day before I come here, I told her I'm going to interview Olivier Cresp. And she immediately photosed the perfume to me. Said, "Is this the creator of this one?" I said, "Yes." And she's very excited.
Yeah, I am focusing also on my brand. And I think with the newcomers, like we have Bake, we have Rise, then we will have East also, it's addictions. Addictions to my trips, going to the East with a beautiful wood. We will have also Infuse, which is a tea, oolong tea, coming next year.
So you have been stayed in Firmenich Lab for many decades, right? How does this unbreakable bond happen?
I didn't stay for decades, I stayed 1 century with
Firmenich. Long time, even older than me.
Yes.
Why Firmenich?
Why Firmenich? Because it was a dream, At the age of 16 years old, was evident that I wanted to become a perfumer, but I said to myself, now I need to find a company, train, a lab to compound my fragrances. And I was writing at the age of 16 some letters to Fred-Henri Firmenich, who was the former owner, the father of Patrick Firmenich, and saying, sir, I want to join your company, I want to become a perfumer and so on. It wasn't him who was answering, but it was somebody else from his team saying, thank you, sir, for the interest you have for Firmenich, for joining us. We will contact you, when you get older, you see, something like that. And took me like 15 years more, you see. I think it was 29 years old. They sent me some letters, or they called me saying, we would like to interview you for maybe position of perfumer. But nevertheless, my wish, as my mother said, you wanted to become a perfumer, joining Firmenich, and it's true. I wanted to join. It was a dream. I couldn't hope anything else, but in 2006, I became a Master Perfumer.
It's very early, right?
Yeah, well, it's quite early. Yes, but...
You're a father of 4 men, right?
Yes.
So you deserve it. And you already won almost every possible award for a perfumer already, like the lifetime achievement of TNF, right? And
Chevalier des Arts et des Lettres. Very few people get that means something, yes.
So you almost won every prize already. So do you have any more expectation for your career?
First of all, I care about my family, my children. I want them to succeed, first of all. And Sébastien is a perfumer within Firmenich and is extremely talented. Anaïs, she's handling part of our company together with Thibaut. So my wish is to try to help Accro in order to be one of the top 20th in the niche segment.
Yeah, I think you will succeed. Are there any raw ingredients you are particularly fond of? I see you must love patchouli.
Yeah, well, I love patchouli, some special qualities of patchouli. I'm still going back maybe to my DNA, which is maybe the rose and the jasmine, because I grew up from the Grasse region. The French rose is magnificent. It smells like fruity pear, rosy, fantastic. And the jasmine is slightly animalic, green, very different from the Chinese and Indian jasmine, the sambac, which I like a lot.
Speaking of jasmine, I just remember I tried a jasmine perfume for Lancome.
Yes.
It turned out to be made by you, a green bottle one. Yeah,
it's
very good jasmine.
Yes, it's jasmine d'eau. It's called jasmine d'eau.
Yeah.
That's mine. That I created this fragrance 2-3 years ago for jasmine, good quality with some tea, and then underneath you have lots of masks.
Yeah, actually very elegant, very Eastern style jasmine.
I love the bottle.
Yeah. So my last question is, I know you've been to China for many times already. Which city you very like, and is there any our traditional ingredient that intrigued you?
I'm really fascinated about your culture, the rapidity of the consumers, the evolution of their taste. You see, they can like anything today. You see, years ago it was mainly rose, transparent, peonies, very nice fruity osmanthus, peach, apricot. That was it. But now the education, the evolution. I'm sure, I'm convinced I can create lots of great fragrances for the Chinese market.
Yeah, because we have much bigger land. Every province has its own signature. For example, I'm from Inner Mongolia.
Okay.
A region really close to Russia.
Yeah, I know.
So I like the birch. I love the leather effect. I love the aromatic notes as well.
Yeah.
But if people from southern part, they would prefer something very clean or magnolia or something.
Yes.
So we have different
approach.
Prefer, yes.
But the thing is, the Chinese are learning really fast.
Yeah.
And they are evolving in their taste. 5 years ago, they didn't like any praline. Today, they love praline.
Yeah, I know you use praline in the Carolina perfume, right?
Yes.
Earlier, read in interview that the journalist asked you, is there any fragrance you wish you have created? And you answer Shalimar.
Yes, you're right.
I want to know, is there any other fragrance in Shalimar you wish you created?
Of course, there are many fragrances that I would have created. I love Shalimar, I love Mitsuko. Reviewing all the old fragrances from 1910 to 1970. And you have some magic fragrances. They still exist, but people don't don't choose. They are not using them. And Prelonde is a beautiful fragrance.
My favorite fragrance.
Yes, it's beautiful. I was smelling Miss Dior the other day. It was aromatic elixir. Also,
clinic one.
Clinic, it's beautiful with 40% of patchouli. Maybe one magic fragrance I wish I could have created. It's opium. YSL. Launched in the 90s.
I do have black opium.
But we did with Nathalie Lorson, black opium,
it's quite different.
which is totally different, but it's maybe a larger success. But nevertheless, I was studying and smelling opium. It's magic, really magic.
Again, I'm really honored to interview you, and I have a very good afternoon with you today. And thank you, Olivier Cresp, for your time.
Thank you, it was a great pleasure to share this really important moment, and I will come back. And wait, you will see soon, Be Patient, you will discover 4 new fragrances which are going really to fit the Chinese taste.
Thank you for privilege to honor us a space. Yeah, okay. So 所以就是想给大家再推荐一下阿克，因为我们是昨天先垂直品鉴过，然后今天我是再来1对1的专访Olivier。阿克是真的一个，如果你有口腹之欲，或者是你对任何一个方面有眼的话，一定要试一下的品牌。每个香水它名字就基本上是所见即所得。然后我其实蛮想 all in 的，但有些可能还没有货。反正就是如果喜欢Olivier Cresp一定要试的一个品牌。好，那我们这期的访问就是这样，希望大家喜欢，下期见。